Okay, let's start to talk about the technology perspective, continue with the knowledge management process, okay? So we start from the knowledge audit at the first step. The second that we talk about to create the knowledge management model or knowledge management framework by using the SEGI model, right? And we talk about the knowledge analysis, knowledge creation using the knowledge engineering as a method under the process of socialization, externalization, and combination. Okay. Then on the chapter 5, okay, in the part of internalization, we're gonna talk about to adjust information technology or technology perspective, and we talk the last one of internalization under the SEGI model in order to implement the knowledge. And step 5, we're going to talk about how to access or how to improve the knowledge management under the knowledge strategic knowledge to implement back to the organization and how to improve the organization. Okay, so this is a part of the figure, the whole figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you can see the step of the SEGI model. Okay, so let's see the framework of the SEGI model. We just talk and focus on the strategic knowledge that you starting point. At the starting point, you bring the strategic knowledge to process via the socialization using the knowledge engineering as a knowledge capture. Okay, the knowledge is in the shape or the type of the tacit knowledge, and then you pass the knowledge capture or pass the knowledge script as a dialogue. Okay, at the step of externalization, the knowledge change to the explicit knowledge type using the knowledge engineering to analyze as some knowledge map, right? Knowledge map. And then you bring the knowledge map to combine more from another explicit knowledge, okay? To combine and to create more, okay? Just combine and create more at the combination step. So, and then we need to find some storage and how to operate the knowledge that you combine, the strategic knowledge that you already combine. Okay, how to use, we're gonna talk at the step of internalization. Okay, in order to talk about the internalization step, first we should talk about the how to change or adjust the technology perspective. We have been talking about the people, process, and this part we're gonna talk about the technology. Remember, when we adjust the people, we adjust the specialized, we talk about the competency, we talk about team learning, we talk about the learning, we talk about the innovation. Okay, when we talk about the organizational process, we talk about flat, we talk about conduct, okay, and we talk about strategy, focus, and we talk about spin out. And this part, we talk about the knowledge management process using a SEGI model as a framework. We have been talking this part already, and then we're gonna talk in this part, okay, to store and to operate or to use the strategic knowledge. Okay. So in changing technology perspective, as you know that we use the organization nowadays, we focus on the data driven the organization in order to make the organization know about the data, know about the information faster, right? We know how to find the data about the information, and that the data driven help the organization to make decision better by based on the data analytics or information analytics, and organization can better analysis the policy. They can find opportunity to create the policy that can be like beating the competitor or have the advanced competition or advantage competitor. And we have to know about the information responsibility, that when we know about this, we know about the requirement of the information. What is the information that the organization use or can act based on that information in order to produce the product or a service of the organization in order to make or meet the requirement of the demand. Okay. Start from the demand first. When we know about the requirement from the demand, requirement and the demand, right? And then we use that to produce the product for the organization in order to meet the requirement. So before then, the key that we have to find who in the organization depends on the information, and what the information that we should use, and who else, and who that we can talk, who is the responsible for that information, who is the information owner. Okay, everyone in the organization should think about what the information he or she needs to do the job. He or she is the knowledge worker. What the information that they need, okay? And that information can make or support that job to contribute the benefit to the organization. And each person always includes that superior and subordinate, okay? Everyone. And most important, that will be in the colleague, people whom primary relationship is coordination. This sentence means that everyone should have a team that work on that information, but different level. Some of them that might be superiors, some of them just subordinate, but have the relationship among us. And on that concept, we call social network analysis, that we gonna know who and whom, okay? Who and whom use that information, okay? Before we talk about that, we have to know how to adjust the technology perspective first, okay? The previous of all organization, we focus on the technology as a cost center. But right now, the new organization, we should change the mindset to the IT is the resulting center to make it faster, to make the organization decision making faster or better, have a better information analysis, chain to the resulting center. Okay, and the whole organization use the information technology to support the workflow step by step. But now we change the mindset to use the technology as a collaboration tools, okay, to let the person collaboration collapse based on the technology as a tool, okay. And the previous time, the organization, we use the technology as a correcting the data as a data center. But right now, we focus on the data to change to the information in action, okay? That means we focus on collecting the knowledge, the experience that we can use, okay, to support decision making, okay. We focus on the document that correct the knowledge, correct the information that often used, okay. So 3 things that we need to adjust the technology, okay. This now we continue to how to analyze the people that who have the knowledge, okay, who else has the knowledge, because we know to store, we know to transfer by using the technology, okay. But now we have to know who, okay, who else that relate with that knowledge that we can use, we can ask, we can work together with that person, okay. So just back to starting point of the strategic knowledge, that first that we know that we're gonna focus to discuss about the strategic knowledge, how and why, right? And then we transfer to the knowledge transcript, and then we combine this knowledge more, right? More. And then we need to find some storage and implement or use, right? So, but the thing is, we have to know that who else that involved with that knowledge. Who else? Okay. Next, we're gonna talk about the social network analysis. How to analyze who else that involved with that knowledge, involved with that strategic knowledge. Okay, in order to we can combine more, we can ask more, we can discuss more about tasks in front of the domain. Okay, so let's talk about the social network analysis, SNA. The social network analysis is the mapping and is the measuring of the relationship and flow between the knowing people. Okay, about the group that know or have experience, talking about the organization or what is the computer that we can use, what are the requirements of the information. So we talk about the node at equal to the people or the group, okay. Node is equal to the knowing people or the knowing group of the people. And we talk about the link or to show the relationship or the flow between the nodes. So this is like a knowing people and have a relationship with another knowing people who involved with that knowledge, okay. It's kind of the ontology, but this talk about the knowing people have the relationship that involved with that strategic knowledge the same, okay, or have the experience. So the social network analysis gonna enables the relationship between the knowing people that help to identify the knowledge flow, who that we can find the knowledge or information from, who knows whom, who that can share the information and knowledge with, who can share the information and knowledge with whom. Okay, the social network analysis can visualize and help us to understand the relationship and who else can facilitate or impede the knowledge creation and sharing. The social network analysis gonna visualize who else is the knowing people, who else that we can find, we can talk, we can collaboration with. Okay, how we can use the software to visualize the map. Okay, this is an example of cytoscape. Okay, it's depend on, you can do by manual or use software. Okay, the example, the concept. Okay, we start with the strategic knowledge. For example, the product design. Okay, you can see this map that have product designer, marketing staff, purchasing staff, process engineer, production manager. Okay, you might start from ask some, for example, this kind of knowledge worker number 1, the purchasing staff. Okay, purchasing staff, who else that have to have the experience of the product design. The purchasing staff said that, oh, the product designer, that we send the raw material spec to that person. Okay, product designer has 1 score from purchasing staff. And who else? The purchasing staff knowledge worker said that, oh, the process engineer, also that I send the raw material spec to the product process engineer. So I think that they can know about the product design. So you may ask about the process engineer. Who else that you think that know about the product design? The product engineer said that, oh, the product designer should know about the product design. And the product engineer said that the product manager should know about the product design. Okay, so the product designer said that the process engineer that know about the product design. You can see the score that I wrote. Okay, and when you ask about the marketing staff as a knowledge worker 4, he or she said that the product designer, they should know about product design. So you can see the score of that. The product designer has 3 score from the knowledge worker 4 to 1, right? The process engineer has 2 score from the product designer and purchasing staff. Okay, and the product manager has 1 score. Okay, so you can see this is the key person that should know about the product design. This can be the expert. And process engineer has a relationship with that strategic knowledge. So you can see that the person that involved the product design, it should be number 1, process engineer that number 2, production manager as a number 3. See, this is how to show the social network analysis. Okay, so for the group assignment related to the KM term paper, should bring your strategic knowledge only one to show the social network analysis. You can show at least just 5 notes. At least you can show 6, 7, but at least 5 to show who else. Okay, knowing people. Okay, knowing people, but they should show like a position. You don't need to show the name. Okay, and talk about the information flow like this. Okay, like this. What is the information flow? Okay, and optional, you can download the software. SockNet V is a free software to use. It's up to you, but should be in the part of the KM term paper. Okay, so we already finished about adjust the people, process, and technology. To conclude that, on the people perspective, okay, we adjust to be the specialized, competency-based, team learning and innovation. And the organization, we focus on the flat, conduct, strategy, focus, and spin out. And the term of technology is resulting center, collaboration, and collecting knowledge. And we talk about the social network analysis to find who and whom that relate to the strategic knowledge. This is all about the chapter 5, part 1.